Okay, here's the last little bit of research on this before I really need to move off and get some other things done. Um, I took a look, I loaded up into Xedit basically the wilderness, the farmlands, the marshlands, the forests, sewers, mole rat tunnels, somber mountain, and the rooftops. And the only difference that I can find between all of these mods, because remember, all of them will load fine except the marshlands. The marshlands is one of two of those mods that has a leveled list. And if you take a look at leveled NPC, it has a leveled NPC that points, it looks like it's pointing back to a DLC item. So it looks like that is pointing backwards to maybe like Far Harbor or something like that. I'm not sure what the third DLC is, but every one of these point backwards to that. Whereas if you take a look at, I think it's the Mole Rat Tunnels. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, okay. The Mole Rat Tunnels has one item in its leveled list, but it's native to that particular mod. That form, these two mole rat forms, which is one I think is aluminum and a gold rad roach, are native to this particular mod. So NPCs appear wherever the NPC is. It should have. Let's see. I guess it's defined in here, but actually it should be defined under something else too. All right. So, anyways, before I get sidetracked a billion times, that is the only difference I could see. The mole rat tunnels works fine. It does not cause a buffer overrun. The leveled list that I guess is trying to compile or inject, because I've read that leveled lists are baked into a game save. So there must be some kind of compilation that's going on. So it must be taking an active level list and maybe injecting items into that list. And then maybe it's causing a recursion back and forth. I'm not sure. But that's the only difference that I can see. And again, this was out. I'm not looking at any scripts. I'm just trying to look at the data and try to visualize how anything could possibly cause that kind of condition. Like I say, if you look at the marshlands, it basically has references that I'm pretty sure would point backwards to, um, and I'm just going by the name, so I'm assuming that points backwards to a previous mod. So out of all the mods that I've put in the Zarkoz's mods, the one that doesn't work is the Marshland. It has a leveled list that points to DLC items, if I'm not mistaken. Again, I'm not an expert on reading this, so chime in if I'm incorrect, because I would need to know that. Uh, and the one that does work, that has a single leveled item, uh, that item is part of that particular mod. It doesn't point to a previous mod like a DLC mod. So don't know if that helps. Like I say, none of the others, if you go through like the wilderness, none of them have any. See, they have leveled items, but they don't have any leveled NPCs. So out of all the mods, the only two that had leveled NPCs was the Marshland and the Mole Rat Tunnels. The Mole Rat Tunnels work fine, and the only difference between the Mole Rat Tunnels and the Marshland, which doesn't work, is the Marshland looks like it points to a DLC plugin, whereas the Mole Rat Tunnels points to a reference within itself, if I'm not mistaken. So I hope that helps, and hope that helps me track down why it's not possibly working with other leveled lists, because I'd be curious to know if what others have problems with as far as buffer overruns, if whatever mod it's having a problem with, if those are pointing backwards. I've never looked at the injection code, so for those who have, I hope that helps to maybe solve it, debug it, or improve it. Yeah, I hope I do hope it's of some benefit. So good luck with that, and yeah, I've got to hop off on something else. I'll check back in from time to time just to see if anybody's come up with anything new. All right, and good luck.